Hello. Need to set up. God, I'm so low. Hold on. I was doing a thing earlier, so I'm like, there we go. There we go. I got my coffee. I got my everything. Hi, welcome. Hello, and all my pills. Put these in a specific area. But hi, welcome. Why are you not showing up on screen? Don't tell me I'm messing something up. What the heck? Ah! Get out of my way. There we go. Okay, I was wondering why everything looked weird. It's because that wasn't there. Thank you. Sorry, I'm itching the back of my head, so it looks like I'm frowning. Hey, go. I'm kind of nervous to talk about this one today, just because like it's something new. And I'm not good with new. But like, we all know that. Hopefully y'all seen the movie, but like if you haven't, I'll try to explain it throughout this like talk, I guess. But I would implore you to watch the movie first before watching this, because you know it's a good movie. I know I always spoiler alert on the review, but it was a good movie. It was a very good movie. Will you ever draw bigger like canon characters? Cause probably not, just because like, what's the word? Like, I don't have time for fan art, except for like that one commission where it wasn't really a commission. It was like a kind of like semi-OC and or AU version, where it was like the ultimate pasta that I drew. So probably not for a while, but I do want to. Oh, my own. I kind of have, not myself, I have kind of, but that was like my first iteration. But like, probably not as well, just because again, time. Like I put all my time and effort into other arts. I ain't got no time for me. No time for me, darling. No time. But yes. No problem. What was I gonna talk about? Nope. If you haven't seen Nope, it's I wouldn't say a horror. I'd be like, it's like a horror thriller where it's not too scary, but it's not like horrifically. You haven't seen the movie? Well, okay, quick rundown of the movie. So basically, it follows a character named OJ and his sister. I forgot her name. I'm terrible with names. They basically run a horse ranch for like movies and all that stuff. They train horses. And throughout the movie, there's like, what's the word? There's like this alien that's just flying overhead, and they're like, what the fuck is that? We need to take a picture of it to get on TV and become famous. Because like the whole movie's about like fame, kind of like trying to get famous. And well, basically they're just trying to get footage of, like, this is the barest of explanations, they're basically just trying to get footage of the alien or the alien ship throughout the whole movie, until they realize at some point, like, oh, this isn't a ship, it's the flying saucer that we've been seeing is actually the alien itself. Spoilers. And then they end up just trying to, you know, survive. There's like a few small like other things, well, not small, but like there's other things going around it. Like there's a theme park just down the road from them that's like cowboy themed, that they were trying to like what's the word, tame the alien ship, but it ended up eating all the people there. They have a friend named Angel who comes by and like sets up the cameras and also helps. There's a film producer who like comes in to like film the alien, because he's like known for filming like the impossible shot, quote unquote. And then there's also like ready, what do you see? I want to see. Sorry, I get sidetracked, but I want to see. Hold up. Oh, Vincent. There we go. I subscribe to the people. Okay, I'll watch it later. There's a whole teaser? Damn. I was gonna make a teaser for my commissions using the shutdown clip that Blackpink has. Because I like had a really cool idea, but like I'm not good at editing. Anyway, yeah, that's just the basic rundown of the movie. Surprisingly, there's actually not a lot of gore or a lot of like intensely graphic scenes, minus the one scene after everyone gets eaten. So like, I know I already went through the whole like general rundown, but like there's specific moments that people get confused by. Like as I was looking into the like reviews and all stuff, I thought it was pretty clear, but a lot of people didn't get it. But there's these scenes in the movie about a chimpanzee called like a chimpanzee named Gordy, who was on a show called Gordy's Home in the universe. And basically what happened to him is that during when they were filming, Gordy ended up going crazy and killing two people, and absolutely just like ripping apart another actress's face. She shows up later, but like yeah, and it's based loosely on a real story of a chimpanzee attack. And it was brutal. In the end, they end up shooting Gordy, and people were like, "Oh, what is this scene for?" Because it seems so random. It's in the beginning, like it's the first scene that we see. Basically, Gordy comes in just like you're like under a table view, and Gordy comes in and he's like his whole outfit's covered in blood, his face is covered in blood. There's like just blood everywhere, and he like turns at the camera and then goes to like the intro credits, and like oh my god, I was shocked. I was like, excuse me, what is this about? And then as I watched it, I realized that what it was about. But so many people were so confused about it. I have no clue why. It was really obvious. Sounds gory. Kind of. It's like, it's bloody, but there's no like actual scenes of gore other than like blood throughout the movie. Yeah, there's no like graphic deaths or like guts and all stuff. It's just some blood. So like don't worry too much, but there is like blood warning in a minute. I was gonna put up a thing, but nah. But yeah, people were confused by that scene. But I do watch Corpse Party, so I can't handle it. Yeah, it's okay. It's way less graphic than Corpse Party, so don't worry. It's much more tame. Okay, so what was I saying? Oh, well, there's this theme throughout the movie about what's like looking animals in the eyes and just using wild animals for like fame and show business. In the show business. There we go. And how it's just not a good idea. Basically, it's just not a good idea. And so throughout the movie, they have the horses, which play a incredibly important role. One of the things that like he tells you when the movie starts is don't look the horse in the eye and don't get behind it. Well, the same applies to the alien. They figure out halfway through the movie that the alien, if you look it in its eye, quote unquote, it doesn't really have eyes to see, but if you look at it, it'll take it as a threat and attack you and eat you. But if you don't, it'll just fly overhead. Wow. The same is heavily implied for Gordy, because in the opening, or at least after a bit when it shows the rest of the scene of what happened, whose perspective you're in, it shows that like Gordy gets close to the camera, the person you're in the POV of, and when he gets closer, the tablecloth covers his eyes. So it's heavily implied that like if the character that was under the table saw his eyes, Gordy would have killed him. So yes, just I don't really know what it means per se. Like, there's no deeper meaning other than, hey, don't have animals in show production, especially wild animals. Which is true. You shouldn't do that. If you do that, you could die. There's actually been many attacks like that before. Like the attack that it was based on, I forgot what her name is, but like she survived, and like she was like maimed. Like she didn't have a face. I I kind of nervous to talk too much about it, just because like, I don't know. I just it feels a little wrong. I like your unibrow. I ain't got no unibrow. Excuse me? Who said I got a unibrow? I ain't got no unibrow. I just black. But yeah, no, I don't got a unibrow. I always liked it. It looked like it. It did not look like it. I never fucked. It was one of the main things I focus on my face. Cause let's just say, cause I look at my face in like an artsy way. So like, I make sure everything looks right, and one of them is the unibrow. I don't mind unibrows in terms of like other people wearing them. It just doesn't fit my face. A lot of artists have like, you know, artists. What am I trying to say? Other people can't like do have faces that fit unibrows, but mine just isn't one of them. So yeah, believe me, I ain't got no unibrow, and nothing wrong with unibrows. But yes, words. But yeah, and it was just funny to see a bunch of people talk about like, oh, what is this for? What was it for? Why is it? It's stupid. Why is it in the movie? But like, it doesn't just play like the whole like theme, I guess, of like animals being in production, but it also plays into a specific character. I totally forgot his name. Hold on, I'm gonna actually just look it up because like I'm a little silly. Nope. Character names. There's Angel. Why is he all the way down here? 40. Okay. But where is he? Man, these credits suck. What's with these credits? They're stinky. They don't have pictures or names, and it's like, why? Oh my god. I thought it was just gonna be like a quick look. But no. Why is he not in the credits? Hold on. I'm gonna look up characters. No, I'm just gonna look up cast. Because, like, for some reason in the characters, it doesn't pull up the people. His name's Steven, but his character name isn't on here for 7, but he was like a famous person. Who are you talking about? Hello, I'm talking about, what's it called? Nope. And the characters and all that stuff. But hello, welcome. I'm practicing poses and anatomy references over the other references. Oh, that should be cool. His name is Jupe. Jupe! That's what it was. Jupe. Okay, yes, Jupe. Well, I was basically just pointing out, we were on the topic of how the Gordy scenes, like, other than, like, you know, the whole overarching idea of animals being bad in production, but also how it plays into his story. Because the place was called Jupiter or something. Oh, okay. Okay, I see. Yes. It's like Jupiter's Ranch, or Janoopy. I'm too lazy to look. We need to talk. We need it worded. I'm so confused since I didn't watch the movie, but I probably will. Oh yeah, I was just about to get into it. Jupe, he's a character that runs a ranch. It's basically the little theme park I mentioned earlier. They were trying to tame the alien for a show, but ended up working against them. And the thing is that Jupe, is the person we saw the POV of during the Gordy attack that I was talking about earlier as well. So like I said, Gordy's Home was a TV show. Well, Jupe was an actor in Gordy's Home, and he was one of the only like main actors to like survive without any scratches. Jean Jacket ate. Jean Jacket ate him. Sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, Jean Jacket did eat. Oh yeah, the alien's name is Jean Jacket. That's established like late in the movie. kind of keep forgetting. But yeah, Jupe, what was I gonna say? Oh, well, yeah, the Gordy's attack kind of plays into Jupe's character, because not only did he use the fact that he survived as this like inflated idea that he was able to tame Gordy at his last moments, but also that like he ended up reliving his own trauma by recreating it through the alien. Because after the attack, he was like, "Oh, since I survived and we were about to do our signature fist bump, they had in the show of Gordy's home, they had like this fist bump thing him and Gordy would do. Well, when Gordy saw and winked up to him under the table, they were about to do the fist bump thingy, but then Gordy got shot. And in that moment, Jupe took that as, oh, I can tame them. I can tame animals, do all that. Like, they understand me. I'm good at this. And then he ended up trying to do it again with the alien, which then backfired on him because that wasn't what happened. It was just happenstance. Imagine if someone in the bathroom came back and seen their family eaten. They wouldn't have seen their family. They would have just saw nothing. They were like, oh, fuck? Nobody here. I would, not gonna lie, I would love to see that happen. Like, if that was in the movie, like just see someone coming out of the bathroom just like, oh, what the fuck happened here? I ate too many churros and now everybody's gone. That would be an absolutely crazy experience too, just to like, cause like how they were like saying like, oh, all the people in the place disappeared, and it's like, well, what? Imagine the people that wouldn't have, like, what story would they tell? Like, they just like existed and they're like, oh, no one. I assume that what happened wasn't that all the people at the stadium just got eaten, but like as it happened, a lot of people started looking up, so that's why everyone was eaten, because they all heard what was going on outside, and so they went outside and looked up and were eaten. That's why there were so many like cups and such everywhere, because everyone probably went out to look at what was going on, and then Jean Jack ate them as well. Also, I like how like at some point, like when OJ walks in, OJ is the main character we follow. When OJ walked into the park, there was a pig on the roof, and like, you know the saying, pigs can't look up, so that's why the pig was there, because it wasn't looking up, because it physically can't. Which is a lie, or kind of. They can't turn their heads up, but they can like sit back on their hind legs and look up. But like, I'm assuming that the pig didn't really care. It was just like, oh, oh well. Words. Oh yeah, I was talking about how like, my brain's scattered. That just happens sometimes. So like, don't judge me or I'll eat your face off. I was gonna say something else, but it wasn't quite SPG. But yeah, he ended up reliving his trauma. That's what I'm saying. Jupe ended up basically reliving his trauma by by trying to tame a wild animal, which ended up eating not only him but everyone around him. It was kind of sad, just to think about how he ended up just like creating not only a devastating moment for him but also his family, because you know he was talking about how like his wife was there and his co-worker was there from the show, the girl who got her face ripped off. And it's just, just to think, it's so sad. Like, it's really tragic when you think about it. He was just trying to do something, but greed got the best of him, and he ended up dying because of it. Sad times. But yeah, that kind of explains the like Gordy scenes. Yeah, but there's also this underlining tone, just like how in most of Spielberg's movies, of race. Where obviously the main character's name is OJ. And I felt bad for the people who went to see the show. They didn't expect to be eaten, but I feel worse for Mary Jolene survives. I permanently wanted to kill Bo. Yep. It was kind of messed up as well how her motorbike ended up on top of the house. Like, that was just fun. Like, it was funny, but it was messed up funny. Where her little scooter was on top of the house. I was just like, no. Well, yeah, how she ended up basically like I feel as though the shoe dropping theory also applies to her as well in this case, because she survived and was fine, but then because of one's greed, not her own, but because of his greed, she ended up experiencing the other shoe drop where she should, quote unquote, should have died. Again, big quotes, because like no one should die anywhere. But yeah, an instant where like it was deadly and she could have died but survived. And same with him. It ended up getting both of them in the end. So yeah, it's like an extension of the event that happened that day. Oh, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, race. Well yeah, the character's name is OJ. That's what I was talking about. And the whole family, it's supposed to be how like they are linked to show business, or at least that's why I when I looked into it, that's how I interpreted it. And then some people said things that confirmed what I was thinking. But how blackness and black people have always been a part of show business and have always been a part of creating movies and just creation in general, but are still swept aside and not heard of just for the sake of another person. Because like they said, the first ever creation of like a film was done by a black man running a horse. And was done by a black man on riding a horse. But the thing is, nobody knows who that guy was. They only know the person who filmed it. Yet the person who was actually in the film, who, you would expect we knew the name of, we don't know. In the movie, they play his descendants, but in reality, no one knows who that guy was, because no one documented it. And how, like, there's a lot of, let's just say generally people of color in show business that don't get, They don't get the limelight. And even then, in the movie, like how Jupe is an Asian man, a lot of times, like, what's the word? No, my brain was like it was on a roll, but then it exploded. How like there's this weird dissonance because like the creation of like the cowboy and all stuff was originally towards like indigenous and black people. Like they were mainly the cowboys of the time because they just were. But a lot of times that stuff like that was quote unquote whitewashed, and in movies and media where it's like the face of Western media and just media in general was like headed by white actors, which nothing wrong with the actors or anything like that. It's just what happened in show business, which is kind of sad. I don't know why I was kind of hoping Jean Jacket would have eaten that beginning film people, because my god, some of them were annoying. Oh yeah, okay, I get yeah, though I mean they were annoying, but I think that's just because that's just how show business is. It's very like chaotic, like everyone's trying to get in and do something because it just has to be done. But yeah, I'm glad like there were some nice people, like the lady. She was like, oh, this is nice to meet you. Like she didn't do anything wrong per se, but like yeah. I also like how everyone like oh yeah, I made emphasis on his name OJ without actually saying anything, but it's because he's a black man named OJ, as in OJ Simpson, because now they still say OJ in terms of a black man with him. So it was just kind of like a moment. And like I don't blame like the lady, the character, for like being kind of weary, because like anyone who sees someone named OJ, I first would think, damn, what bad timing to name your child OJ, especially a young black man, OJ, because like yeah. But yeah, it just shows that like there's always gonna be a little bit of if there's a tragedy relating to someone, it's always gonna be connected to them. Coffee. The coffee this time is like it's like different. Actually, it's probably because I have creamer. But yes. But what I was talking about? Oh, yeah, cowboy. Because like there's the whole thing is like a alien western theme basically, without being a western. And it's like, what was your favorite scene? My favorite scene was obviously was the scene where they were starting to get like slowly crushed from the inside. I finally figured out what that scene was. It was them being slowly crushed by the insides of the alien. And now I'm just like, this was like amazing. I love that shot, but of course everyone loves that shot. So I guess outside of that shot, my favorite scene, I am not sure. I do like a lot of the scenes where it's like before Jean Jacket ate the crowd, how like you can see his flag hanging out from the cloud. That was my favorite. That was one of my favorite scenes. Just cause like the anticipation of like, oh shit, he's gonna eat them. Like I just love that. Was like just the main scene I remember. Or when she was, what's the word? When Emerald, was it Emerald? Hold on. Emerald, yes. When Emerald was like riding away. I don't know, something about that scene. Or like when OJ tried to like lead the alien, it turned around, it's like and like had that weird thing going on, like with its like eye. I don't know what that was. I think it was supposed to be its eye, but it's like a sensor thing. I don't know. I'm not a biologist. I ain't knowing. But yeah, where the alien became a giant mythical form and opened its eye, and it was just like these sputtering little like confetti bits. Like that was cool. At the what's it called? At OJ or the blimp. What else? I like how I'm doing this as if I'm looking at a list, but I'm not. I'm just like looking at like images of Nope just to remind me, because like, yes, I did watch it, but like my brain is like floof. It's nothing. Also, people made jokes that this this movie was supposed to be called Don't Look Up, but because of that one movie that came out earlier, they changed the name to Nope. It was just like, oh yeah. There's something I quite enjoy about those transition slides. So simple. Oh yeah. I think that's just how I think it kind of fits into the movie's like weird kind of like quirky aesthetic, where like, you know, it's not like taking itself too seriously. Ew. Sorry, there's like a spider. And things like that. So like I just feel it fits its whole thing. Plus like I feel like it has the same vibe as like Everything Everywhere All at Once, where like it's not like its exterior isn't too crazy, but then as you watch it, it's like, oh, okay, yeah. And I just yes. So what I'm trying to say is yes. They're really cute. And oh, also people say that the title Nope stands for like not of planet Earth. I'm not entirely sure if that's true, but I do like the idea of that being the case, just because, you know, it just fits. It'd be awesome. And I really love how they added like, again, like cute little items in here, because I feel like that's what this is outside of the Note, but I feel like that's what a lot of movies need, are like little gimmick pieces that are like kind of quirky and weird. Let's see. I'm quite excited for to what Jordan would do next. He's a completely different genre styles each film. Yeah, I know. I'm worried because like a lot of people did. The reason why a lot of people didn't like Nope. Look at me trying to talk. But the reason why a lot of people didn't like Nope was because they came in thinking it was like a full-on alien invasion horror, but obviously it was not. So a lot of people were like, "Ugh, this movie is not good." And it's like, it was good for what the genre it was actually, but because people, the people who like, not commercial, advertised the movie, they made it seem like very exactly what I just said instead of what it was. So a lot of people didn't like it, but this movie was perfect. It was amazing. And I'm hoping that, because like they're trying to keep him in a box, in my opinion, Jordan. They're trying to keep him in a box of just horror, but a lot of his movies are like starting to branch out different types of horror. Pardon me, I started choking my spit. Different types of horror, and in this case, it's like an alien western thriller rather than like straight up horror. So I really hope that he branches out to something that's more of a thriller, and then probably an action, just to see what he can do then. Because yes, I love his horror movies, but like, I kind of hope he does. Yes, I mean he kind of has done a slasher, kind of. Being Nope, or not Nope. We're talking about Nope. My brain just like it's Nope. In terms of what was that movie called? Work, brain, work. Us. I was thinking Up for some reason. Us, where it's kind of like, how do I say it? It's almost like he did the alien invasion version better in Us than it was in Nope. It was just anyway. I feel like though that was more so a slasher compared to the what or he already did a slasher in that sense. Though like, if you mean like a one-on-one slasher, like a group of people versus one psycho killer, then yes. I kind of hope he does something like Saw. Well, not literally like Saw, but like in terms of like a group of people trapped somewhere and they have to like basically a killing game. Not like a versus everyone kind of deal, but like a to try to survive these things kind of deal. And yeah. I'm trying to think of anything else that happened. I was kind of around. Okay, this is not about the movie itself. This is around the advertisement. But the advertising in this movie is beautiful. Like I'm looking at it now, and like that scene is perfect of the cloud and it falling. He and Ari Aster are some of my favorite horror directors right now. Ari Aster. Where have I heard that name? Oh yeah. I not gonna lie, I've only seen like a few of his movies or like bits and pieces of like Midsummer and Hereditary. What else did he do? Yeah. I've only seen a bit of Midsummer and Hereditary. I haven't actually sat down and watched the whole thing through. But from what I've seen of both, I really like them. And I've also kind of gotten to the lore of them both, like looked into them without, and like, I'm a person who likes looking at movies regardless of whether I've seen them. And let's just say I really like what he did with these movies. Though, of course, being someone who hasn't seen it, it's not as complicated as some people made it seem. I mean, it's still really complicated and very well woven into the story and like little peaks of things. People made it seem like it was so like mysterious and like detailed, but it wasn't. It wasn't as much as I was expecting, but that's just my own expectations. Why is the movie named Nope? It kind of plays on the trope of, because the main characters are black, and so is Jordan Spielberg. And so this is a thing within the black community, and in black people in horror in general. But when we see something scary or in horror, our first reaction is, nope, out, I'm gone, nope, nope. And then we leave. That's kind of the joke, the running joke in the black community when it comes to horror, is that we would just nope right out. Like we wouldn't dive deeper. We would just get on out. And they do make reference to that a few times, like when during this barn scene, when there was these kids dressed up as aliens, which we thought were the aliens, because this is at a point where we didn't know that the movie was them being, well, that it wasn't a ship. We didn't know it was a ship. It wasn't a ship at this point. So anyway, then he goes, when they started creeping in, he was like, nope. They started walking away, but then he started filming. Okay. To quote my Finding G jacket is true. Yes, it is. I'm white as shit and I leave immediately. Yes. It's not really like exactly just a black thing, obviously, but it's a black running joke within the black movie in terms of horror. Because you know how in horror movies, like, it's not, of course, it's not always the case, obviously, it's just the trope, but how usually it'd be usually a white character or a white main character, where if you hear a scary sound, they'd go searching for that scary sound. And while most people within the black community would be like, we're making jokes like, nope, we're not about this shit, nope, and leave. Which again, is it like stereotypes? Basically, it's like a stereotype, except the nope stereotype was made by black people. Like me and my family would joke about it as well, where we would watch horror movies together and we'd be like, nope, nah. And yeah, it's kind of like stereotyping, except it's more so trope rather than stereotypes. Kind of. Like, how do I say this? because I feel like there's a difference between tropes and stereotypes. Stereotypes is like relates to the person itself, while Nope is more so the Nope in terms of horror is related to the horror trope, like the tropes within horror, but it just so happens to relate to a specific race. I like the Nope trope. Yep, I do like the Nope trope too. Just like if I ever saw anything like that, like regardless, like no, I'm out. Nope. Nope. I would never. Though, like, at least they gave these people a reason to, like, stay, kind of. Like, okay. So, also, I love how horror directors add, I can't read. Add their own style. Peel adds these realistic conversations and some comedic scenes while also touching on race. Yes, exactly. I really like that style. And also how, like, a lot of it is very, how do I say this? I don't know how to describe it, but also aesthetically, it's very dry. I don't know if that makes sense. If, like, in terms of, like, what a scene looks like. A lot of times his scenes look very, like, bright and very, like, you can feel the texture and the heat of, like, the environment compared to, like, most, where it's just kind of, where it doesn't really feel like anything, if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm making really much sense here. But I feel like aesthetically, it's, like, very much, not just in, like, Nope, but also in, what's it called? In his other movies, it feels like a hot summer day. It all feels like a very hot, sometime random in the middle of summer kind of feel, or like a hot climate. You just feel the environment. While people like Ari has strange, surreal fine art films. Yeah, I watched a lot of his films and I was like, these, like, not that they were bad, but like a lot of the conversations I didn't feel, they just, they felt like horror movie conversations, but not in like a bad way. In like a, oh yeah, I get you, because they're usually interacting with people that are, because like his movies, like his trope, I guess, like his whole thing is that they're around people who are crazy or like a part of things. Like there's always some big conspiracy. Like in Midsummer, it's a group of cultists around normal people. And in Hereditary, it's a group of cultists around normal people. But yeah, where the reason why a lot of it is so surreal is because a lot of times they're around people who aren't like normal per se. Let's see. How tall are you in your life? I'm like not too tall. I mean, I'm pretty tall, especially if I'm in heels. I'm taller than most people. I'm not 6. I'm like 5'8", 7, 5'8" or 7. I'm pretty tall, but not like huge. He turned a 90s rap. He turned a 90s rap song into a horse. Oh yeah, the Purple People Eater. Yes. Also, I like how like people are also getting upset for the fact that the creepy cryptic film guy was creepy and cryptic and a film guy, and like that was kind of the point of the movie, where he was meant to be an artsy film person who was kind of like too obsessed with his work rather than like where should be. Ari Aster really said cult. His next film will be documentary on Jared Leto. I mean, that'd be funny. And like he gets Jared Leto to act in it. Oh my god, could you imagine? That would actually be kind of iconic if you got an actual cult member to be part of the movie. But yeah. I'm sorry, now I'm just thinking about like him going to like, hey Jerry, hey, can you be in my movie about being in a cult? Yeah, sure. What is the cult? Your cult? Oh my god, imagine. But yeah, he really did. He really likes cults. Which is okay, because it's like his signature at this moment. Like, how like a lot of people have like their signature style. His is cults, and like of course the more like cryptic and unsettling, as in like not straight up horror, but usually like a like underlying horror. While Jordan Spears is more so like a semi in your face horror with a twist, but like a good twist. I remember hearing a rumor he's probably making a comedy horror film next. Yes! Oh my god, I would love. Yes. I love comedy horrors. And just comedy. I'm not good at. Okay, again, I'm not good at I'm not good at comedy, but I love seeing comedies. I just love. I like laughing. I get jokes, but I can't make jokes. I can't create jokes. But comedy is just so appealing to me, like artistically, especially the way jokes work. Oh, I can't wait for him to do it because like he's just so surreal and realistic that it's hard for me to imagine what his comedy will be like. But I'm excited to see. But yeah, back on topic to Nope. What was I gonna say? We were talking about his film style. Hold on. I'm sorry. The let's talk about specifically the Nope aliens design because like I really like it, like the way it looks. I like how they went with the as in like it looks exactly like a like a people say it looks like a cowboy hat, which I also thought. I thought like the movie was gonna be more like weird, if that makes sense. When I saw some trailers, I thought it was like a giant cowboy hat that was like for somehow came to life or something very crazy. But yeah, I really like that. I'm not sure if that was on purpose, but how it does look like Jude's hat. Like if you look at Jude's hat, it has like, I mean, I know it's like a general cowboy hat, but like it fits the look. Like how it kind of looked like bed sheet butterfly with final. Yes, I wasn't expecting the transformation, but the way like you can look at the transformation as it happens was really interesting. And it's funny because as I was watching the movie, I was trying not to look at the alien, but it's like it's a movie. I can look at the alien as much as I want, but like my brain is like, don't look at it, which is, you know, a testament to how like well it was filmed. But yes, sorry, I'm like looking at art of it so I can actually get like a better look. And like people are making jokes about how like it's like almost like a Pokemon, like it goes in its cloud form, then its alien spaceship form, and then it's like God form, and I'm just like, yes, exactly, you are correct. That is right. So I'm like looking at all these. What is good? But yeah, how like it looks like his cowboy hat, which again, I'm not sure if it was intentional, but I do like that detail if it was. And it's itchy. And how like the way it transformed was also, I like how it slowly changed rather than like outwardly just like whoosh, sudden. It was like a slow transformation into itself. And like if you look, you can kind of see how it works. Like almost like folds in on itself and then it unfolds. Like yeah. And people say it looks almost exactly like the biblical, like realistically biblical angels. I'm just like, you're right. I was confused at first after Angel Bar wired it. Oh, realized transform and went, oh shit, exactly. I was like, oh my god. I was worried for Angel for a second, and I thought he was eaten, or like the barbed wire would like pull him in half, and like it would just suddenly get super gory because I really liked Angel. But luckily, you know, it didn't go that route. I'm really happy they didn't, because it would have kind of came out of nowhere. But yeah, how like it just started slowly transforming, and I was like, oh my god. I don't think the angel was bob wired. I think just like he was bob wired, and the angel just started transforming just because it was like being messed with a lot. Like it like kind of got to its limit, and it's like, dude, fuck it, I'm done. No, we're not. I'm not doing this no more. All of you canceled. Close some of these tabs. But yeah, it was very shocking to see, like, especially like because like I'm pretty sure you know this, but like in the beginning during the opening credits, what I thought was, because like they were, I remember looking into it and they're like, oh, we were looking inside of an old camera reel. I was like, oh, I see. But it turns out that it was inside the alien, and I totally forgot. And I like how like the alien, both the designs for the alien that Jupe made for his show was based on a camera, and also the alien itself is based on a camera, and how it just ties into the film production idea, or like how like animals being in film is like bad. And also like kind of like shows Jupe's trauma as well. At least with his aliens design being like the film thing while also being a part ape. Like that was cool. That was cool to see. And like when people like noticed that, I was like, oh, you're right. You are so correct. Obviously, I knew this the whole time. You know? Well, yeah. And also, I like how like if you look closely, the alien isn't like completely like scratch free. There's like a few like nicks and all stuff inside of on it, like mainly on the front. There's like this little like slit in it, and like you can see some of its texturing and all that. It's just it's so cool. It's so cool. It's so cool. Though the one thing I didn't quite like is how like I get why, but you can kind of tell that they were filming this sometime in the day, because like it was just too bright for like the way the moon was like over them. It just felt a little too bright, and it looked as though they were just filming in the day and changed the color and saturation. Which again wasn't a big deal. I actually think it kind of like added to the whole experience. But it just wasn't my favorite. I noticed it the first time I watched it. It wasn't my favorite thing to notice, but eesh. And I liked how a lot of the characters were still very smart overall. There was no like dumb characters minus the film guy, but he was meant to be dumb. Like the characters that are meant to be dumb were dumb, and the characters meant to be smart were smart. When it turned out to be the inside of an alien opening credit, I was like, yeah, I know. I was shocked. I was changed forever, and just I just love how everything's woven together, especially in the designs. That's what I love most in terms of creature or character, as how like it weaves itself is when its design weaves into the story and the themes of like what it's about outside of what's actually talked about. Like in this case, of course, films and all stuff, and of course everything's all the designs are based on the films or like on literally the films or trauma and all stuff. And it's like, whoa, mind. I don't think he was meant to be done. I don't think he was meant to be dumb, but he was trying. Yeah. I don't think he. I don't disagree because I do like that theory. That's what I was thinking at first too when I saw it. Was that he was like allowing himself to be eaten to get that shot. But then I thought, from the way he was like screaming and freaking out, probably not. Like I think he was just trying to get the shot as bad as he possibly could, but he didn't intend to die. But he ended up dying. And I wasn't sure if he knew. I don't think he knew about the reel, like the fact that it spits all the non-disposable stuff out. Though, like, of course, he probably could have gotten the hint from the fact that a bunch of shit was, like, laying around their farm when he came over. But, like, who knows? Who knows? But, yeah, I think dumb was a strong word I used there. It wasn't that he was dumb, but that he was the character he was meant to play, being an artist who literally got consumed by his own greed and art. And also people pointed out that he did exactly what he said that Emerald will do, which is climb the hill to success and basically fall, which he ended up doing. Well, he floated, but same difference. He floated away. He was eaten. Close enough. And, yeah. I was gonna say, also, I kind of like how, sorry, I'm like looking at a bunch of poster work and it's just like really cool to look at it. But I really like how, like, there's a lot of like striking imagery, like just in general, like not just even in the poster work, but just like a lot of like specific looks, I guess. Like there's like iconic things you can do, and especially the look of the cloud with the streamer coming from it. It's like, just like if you took a single shot, it creates so many questions and you want to know. There's just a lot of things in this movie that, like, if you were to see it out of context, you're just like, I want to know what's going on. It has a lot of those moments. Also, I like the Akira reference in the movie. It was a very tasteful reference. I really like the fact that it did that, and how it kind of played into the story as well, low key. The fact you hear the people being A before it dropped means they were getting crushed. for hours. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I don't know if it was like a slow crushing or if it was like just a because didn't he like because that's what I was confused by. I knew that they were crushed and like being crushed slowly, like at least some of them, but I know that sometimes it would happen for a long time, where like at some point we saw inside and he just like and like tightened his like stomach mouth thingy and crushed them. I wasn't sure if it was like a long thing or if it was just like a one and go kind of deal with maybe some getting crushed early, because like I don't know, I just never got that. Hold on. Where I'm looking it up, just gonna straight up look it up because I want to know. Crushed slowly. Because like either way, that is true and it's still horrifying, especially because like when you go back, I thought it was horses neighing. I think it was horses neighing in like the first few shots. Wait, no, it wasn't. In the first shot, it was the hikers being eaten. There was hikers that went missing, and yeah, I think some of the other ones were the horses. Like some of the screaming after that were the horses, but in the opening where his dad died, that was the hikers being eaten and then spit it out. Oh crap! Yeah, I have to look for it. Gosh dang it! A minute, can I? Oh, sorry. I had to press a thing on here. Okay. Okay, there we go. Sorry, didn't check it. However, here was screaming while being slowly melted. However, okay. Okay. Sorry, I'm looking at the thing. It seems like it's more so that they are slowly digested rather than crushed immediately. But, and when it's just this is my own thoughts on this, but I don't think the blood raining, like when he rained the blood down, it was like on accident, like it's not like a normal thing he does. I think it was like a tactic to be aggressive towards the house and the people in it. Like he purposely started raining blood on them of people he crushed. It says here that like when he gets aggravated, he just straight up crushes them. But I do like your idea more. They were slowly digested and then slowly crushed. But like, I remember seeing the first trailer of Nope and being absolutely confused about hoping they wouldn't show another trailer first. I know. I didn't. Okay, I only watched one trailer and it was the really confusing one. And I'm so happy it was confusing. There needs to be more trailers that like leave everything up to the imagination. And yeah, because like that movie is one of the movies that you'd want to go in blind, because the twist is very fun, and the reveal is also very fun. Someone made an edit for Nope poster, and it's dedicated Nope from Parks and Rec. No, I don't even. I mean, I know what Parks and Rec is, but like, I like the idea. I get it because his name's Nope. His name's Nope. I get it. I get the joke. Okay, I'm gonna do it again, but okay. Nope. None of these are right. Anyway. What was I talking about? Crushed. But yeah, it basically says like that, like it was most like that was most like a tactic as to be aggressive, was to pour blood on the house and be like, yeah, this is what you're dealing with, bitch. Though I feel like I also really like, is my brain gonna work or no? Hello? Work. There we go. Okay, sorry, I just had a little smack to get a little reboot. No, but I really like how they made Jean Jacket actually act animalistic. and he was kind of smart, but he was again very animalistic throughout the whole thing, rather than like straight up like a smart being. And but yeah, my issue with certain horror movie trailers is that they spoil the whole. I don't think. I mean, I'm gonna look up the invasion because I don't think I watched the trailer for that. I'm not gonna watch the trailer if I have, but. Oh, yeah. Okay, yes. I have not seen the trailer for it, but I know the general gist of it. That, it's about people who are like taken over, kind of. They're taken over and, replaced, and you have to act emotionless and not sweat and all that stuff. I have not seen the trailer, but yeah, that's a problem with a lot of horror movies and just a lot of trailers in general, is that they straight up show the twist for the fact that, because it's usually that the twist or like the reveal is very shocking, so of course they're gonna put in the trailer for people to be like, oh, what is this movie? But like, they could have done not that. I meant the vampire. Oh, okay. The invasion. Okay, I'll put 2020. Hold on. The invasion 2022. That's Ukraine. The invasion movie. Office invasion. Oh my god, there's so many things called the invasion in this place. Invitation. Invitation. I can't read. I'm sorry. Invitation. Oh, okay. I haven't watched this movie. I have not seen it. I heard it was good, but I don't want to watch the trailer. It looks good. It looks nasty in a good way. Ew. What is that? Ew. What is that? I'm gonna stop looking. I'm gonna stop looking because like I'm gonna get spoiled somehow. It looks good. It looks creepy, but like I like it. I like it. I like the red, obviously. Who doesn't like red? It existed. It existed. What's that supposed to mean? Dun dun dun. What was I talking about? Oh yeah. Gene check it. Yeah. Well, let me look it up again. I don't think I got the right one. There's like a few invitations, but I think I know your meaning. Okay, I see it. Yeah. I think for my graphic design project, I might create Nope inspired design. Yes, do it. It's I feel like Nope again, like visually. Of course, there's a lot of blue, just because it happens a lot at night. But also like poppy colors. Like there's a lot of it's basically like the rainbow, but if you shroud it in like a dark blue color. So like that's basically just like the color scheme, but like I don't know what the thing entails. So like I'm not gonna get too specific because I don't want to sound stupid. But yes. What's the word? Design. Something else. I know I usually go into the costume design as well. Which hold on. Let me go. Whoa, that is I spelled nope wrong and it came with a bunch of stuff. There we go. I really like the costume design. Mainly, well, it's not like crazy, but it's how it fits the characters being like, Emerald being like a silly girl. She's more like city inspired, while still having like a Western twang to her. Of course, what's his face? OJ is a simple man. T-shirts, jeans, stuff, easy stuff like that. And then, Angel, you know, also being equally a mix of them almost. Where like, you know, he's a city boy, but he also has like fairly like relaxed style. Uh, we have to base it off an art movie, but I'm at image. But imagine this psychedelic note poster or note punk poster. I like the psychedelic idea because think about it. Like how would like because Nope itself is like a psychedelic trip at times, especially with some of the shots where like shoot like close up at specific things or like random stuff. And like some of the shots that you'd see in there, like you'd think you're on drugs. So I feel like a psychedelic Nope poster would look really nice, especially for like a somewhat like almost like everything's like blue tinted kind of look. Or like there's this like note poster I saw where it's like hand drawn, you know, like kind of like nasty. Well, not nasty. It's like a how do I say this? It's not that it's nasty per se. It's just like sketchy. Like you know that like those like really sketchy album posters. It's like that. Where it's like it's not quite punk, I would say. But yes, there are a few like inspirations. Actually, is this a thing? I think they already have something like that, but I've hold on. I'll have to put it. Join my Discord. I'll put it in Discord because I don't want to lose all this chat, all the chat here. I'm putting it in here. I'm gonna copy. Don't switch. Okay. Hold on, it's gonna take a second. Hold on. Hold on. Like there's this they already kind of did something like it in terms of like for the CDs. I think this is supposed to be like the soundtrack. Yes. There we go. But yeah. Is there any other thing about Nope that I like forgot to say? But then again, it doesn't have to be a poster. It could be shoe design, perfume, chocolate. So just to be just some kind of cover or like promotional piece. Okay. I like posters because they're easier to like. Well, they're not easier, but they're like. In terms of like what you have to do to make it fit, it's a lot more understandable for my personal work. But for a lot of artists, it's a little easier because like not a lot of people really like do those things like posters and perfume. But if you feel comfortable with those things, I would really like to see those too, because that sounds really cool. Like actually really cool. But yeah, monsters, you know, yeah. I feel like the design for the alien was probably one of my favorites. Overall though, just because like not only just how it looked after it came to be, but also, you know, it played into the trope of, it's an alien ship. And it looks like an alien invasion, but it just wasn't. It was not. It was not that. And yeah. I don't think there's like a whole lot to talk about. I do like how they do like a lot of like references to other movies. And yeah. Cause like, it's just perfect, don't you say? It's a good movie. Anyone who's watching this who hasn't seen the movie, go watch the movie. That movie's good. The movie's delicious. Yeah. It's gory, but not too gory. It's like a good like middle ground for those who like want to get into horror, but don't like too much of like a scary horror. It's like a thriller. And I need to take one more drip of coffee. And aesthetically, it's very nice. It's very pleasing to everything. I'm gonna make jean jacket shoes. I mean, they'd just be like really tan with like the sole on the inside being like gory and colorful. And, like that's actually kind of cool. Like there's like very like it's tan, but like there's like there's like a what's the word? You know those like party the streamer things that was hanging out of it. That is like it's like the rimming. Like the triangular like different rainbow triangles coming off it, or like on the edges, and then like a cloud design as the sole, and then on the inside it's like dark, but there's like red and all that stuff and like kind of gory because you know it's eating people in the inside of a monster. Like Like, uh, uh, huh? Just some ideas. Okay, sorry. But but in all seriousness, I love the alien design. That white overpower, over powering, and those colors of green. Yes, yes. I like. Okay, so basically, the colors I associate with the alien are tan, the rainbow thing, white, thing white, and red, and blue, which could also play into that because of how like it uses the clouds for cover. It looks like a shield, and like I don't know if it like can like cause the clouds to do anything, because it says it hides in the clouds, but it never made sense to me per se, because like clouds still move even if there's something in it. So like I wasn't sure if it like implied that he makes the clouds or makes the clouds that he's surrounded by, or like it's a fake cloud. But like yeah, I love how it's how its innards are quite color. Yeah, yeah, it's like a bluish, like the little like things that move, and with the green at the end. Oh, oh, that'd be cool. Like a cool detail that if you open the shoe up, you can see the eye at the very tip on the inside, like the sole of the shoe and the inside at the very end. It's orange. Yeah. Like maybe we just brainstorming ideas for like your design thing. Like that'd be cool. And just like the design of the Jean Jacket being that way. I want to call him a monster because like I don't know. I keep forgetting that he has a name, and I'm just like, oh, Jean Jacket, but yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. I want to look up concept art. Oh, I love how they do his jacket too. What's his face? Jupe's jacket with like the alien on it, and like how like the flowers look like clouds. That was perfect. That was just perfect. Ew. No concept art. That's like fan concept art. I'm leaving now because for some reason a lot of the Nope concept art is spider stuff, and I am terrified of spiders. And I nearly pissed myself. What if the lasers were a green color? Okay. In the streamer, I can't word. In the streamers, it's kind of like laces out of the mouth. Yes. 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 Or like the tag on the shoe. You know, like there's like that pole thing you have on the shoe. Like that was also a part of it as well. Just like, sorry. I'm fangirling over this just thinking about it. Oh, that'd be perfect. Yes. Would it be like a cowboy, like a cowboy inspired shoe? It's like a sneaker, but like cowboy shaped? Because you know it's supposed to be like the whole movie is like Western inspired. So like I feel like a cowboy-ish look would fit it very well. Just because you know it's a Western. It's a little on the nose, but like it's also like I feel like it would fit. I'm yawning. I'm sorry. Ooh, I gotta wake up. Well, actually, I probably could go over to sleep because like no, it's like yes. I mean, the whole film reminds me of Cowboy vs. Aliens. Yeah, but if it did it better. No, I'm joking. Not if it did it better, but if it did it a different version, but also as good. People are making fun of saying that it wasn't that good, and I wasn't entirely sure. Oh. Sorry, there's like a concept thing on my time for you page. I'm like, ooh, pretty. But yeah. I don't think there's anything I was really disappointed with per se. If I had to be like, if I say like one thing that was like not its strongest was Mm, I'm not entirely sure. I feel like they did everything fairly right. I don't know. I think they actually just aced the movie. Like, which there's literally nothing wrong. It was perfect. I had no complaints. She did nothing wrong her whole life. But yeah. So I mean, as you can tell, I enjoyed the movie. I enjoyed the gore that was there. The whole like blood raining on the house was very good. The way the ape attacked and how like the imagery was very, again, shocking, but in a good way. How he's like a chimp, all like silly, but with like in the breath they had a little like cute little yellowy shirt, then like covered in blood. It's perfect. It's perfect. But yeah, I don't really have any much else to say in terms of like how it went. I'm gonna put this down because like I'm moving too slowly. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say other than I really like the aesthetic. I like the way the story itself flowed and how it like wrapped into itself over and over. Like the themes are constantly seen throughout the movie in terms of like not just the characters and how they act, but also like the designs of the monster, of Jean Jacket, and like all that stuff. It's all woven into each other very well. And like yes, it's woven very perfectly. Yeah. I'm trying to wake up. I'm so sleepy. Like the afternoon. So yeah, I think that basically wraps up my whole thoughts. Man, I didn't think we'd be talking for an hour about Nope. Like I knew that it was gonna be quite not like a short stream, but like I didn't think it was gonna be this long. I mean, still considered short, I guess, but like compared to what I thought it would be. Damn. I was confused on how many streamers Jean Jacket had, because basically kept going on. Yeah. Yep. I do not know. I mean, it had one, but it's like I don't know how long it was. I don't think they kept track of how long it was, because like I don't think anyone kept track. There was only one, I know that, because it was like attached to it, the horse thing still, and it looked like, but like it wasn't like too long. And I like how like it took revenge on OJ by throwing it back at him. And then the streamers made it not want to eat the horse in him at some point, because it was like, oh shit, that's the streamer. Oh, I ain't gonna eat this. I ain't gonna do that again. I ain't doing that again. Yeah. But it wasn't too like long per se. But yes. Anyway, yeah, I like the movie. For those who haven't seen it, you should. I don't know how you got this far into the stream without seeing it, or at least like trying to like look into it. But yes, you should. It's one of those movies you dive deeper in, and I would recommend all of Jordan Peele's work. I keep calling Jordan Spiel for some reason. I think because I want to say Spielberg, and it's like they're not the same people. But yeah, Jordan Peele, his work, and yes, there wasn't much in terms of gore, again, just because like it wasn't a gore movie, but that's okay. It was good in every other aspect as well, or more in every other aspect, and the gore it did have was very good. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time, because I kind of want to do a thing real quick outside of the stream. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for talking. Thank you so much for talking. I had such a good time. I'm gonna make this more so like maybe a constant thing, and maybe talk about something else next time. But have like a stream before of us watching something. Anyway, yes, I'll see you guys later. Bye.